overview for obvious damage, holes, or intrusions to my coupling system. My feet, they're not broke, cracked, or damaged, properly secured, not leaking.
Wait a minute, say that again, Chris. James.
Okay, I'm getting ready to do a general overview for obvious damage, holes, or intrusions to my coupling system. My fittings are not broke, cracked, or damaged. They're properly secured, not leaking. The airlines has no abrasion, bumps, or cuts. They're properly secured and not leaking. The distance between my lines and my frame is appropriate enough so it won't snag when I'm turning. My glad hand is not broke, cracked, or damaged, properly secured, not leaking. The O-ring, it has no abrasion, bumps, or cuts. It's properly secured, not missing. My electrical line is not broke, cracked, or damaged and has no frayed or exposed wires and is properly secured to my knuckle. My female is not broke, cracked, or damaged. It's properly secured and free of any water or other contaminants. My male is not broke, cracked, or damaged. It's properly secured and has no bent or broken prongs. My apron is not broke, cracked, or damaged and is properly secured. My fifth wheel is not broke, cracked, or damaged, properly secured and properly greased, properly secured to my platform with platform and cotter pins, which are not broke, cracked, or damaged, and they're properly secured. It's properly secured to my frame with platform, bolts, and nuts, which are not broke, cracked, or damaged, properly secured. And there's no gap or light in between my fifth wheel and my apron. My fifth wheel is an adjustable fifth wheel with locking pins, and they're not broke, cracked, or damaged, properly secured and in the lock position. They are controlled by an air piston, which is not broke, cracked, or damaged, properly secured and not leaking. Its hoses has no abrasion, bumps, or cuts. They're properly secured and not leaking. My release handle is not broke, cracked, or damaged, properly secured in the lock position. My shackle is in the lock position around the shank of my kingpin. And it's not broke, cracked, or damaged. It's properly secured, properly greased. My mud flap hanger, it's not broke, cracked, or damaged. It's properly secured. My DOT tape, it's not broke, cracked, or damaged. It's properly secured and at least 2 to 5 feet off the ground. Mud flap, it's not broke, cracked, or damaged. It's properly secured and no more than 8 inches off the ground. My rear lights, they're not broke, cracked, or damaged, properly secured, clean and of the proper color and have 4 functions. That's your running light, your brake light, your signal light, and your 4-way flashers. I also have a tail light back there, which is not broke, cracked, or damaged. It's properly secured, clean and of the proper color white.
And that's it for the cover.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
You gotta do that with all.